Well, hello everyone. I know it's been quite a long time since I've uploaded anything, and I guess I should give a reason for that since a few people have said, where are your videos, yada yada. My just large, rabid fan base has wondered where the fuck I've been, so basically, while I enjoy making points on and discussing just general movies, TV shows, books, but, particularly A Song of Ice and Fire a year ago, making the videos was a bit of a tedious process for me. I mean, it took a few hours to edit together pictures, put in appropriate music if I wanted to, and so on, make the videos how I wanted to make them at the time. And at the time I had no overall plan for how I wanted them to turn out. I think they turned out okay, I guess, but it was a tedious process, and I spent the whole time worrying if I'm gonna get the videos taken down. I don't know anything about copyright laws or anything. Fortunately, they're all still there. I mean, not enough fucking people have seen them for that to happen. But yeah, that's basically where I've been. Still like the series, although since, we've been on book 5 for God knows how long now, I have moved on to other things since then. But seeing as Season 4 is well underway, well and truly underway, I thought it would be good, or a perfect time to upload a new video and do it in a lazy way, appearing here in the flesh for the first time ever. Holla. Now, today's topic, it's not the most positive thing ever. In fact, it's a bit of a complaint I've had about Game of Thrones for a long time now. And I understand that changes are gonna have to be made when adapting these massive books into, a 10-hour TV series. And it's certainly, this has helped put into perspective how films like Harry Potter or The Lord of the Rings really have to cut out most of the content in order to fit it into a movie. I mean, if 10 hours isn't enough for these books, God knows 2 hours isn't going to be. So I accept that. I more than accept that certain characters are going to be omitted, things are going to be abbreviated, a lot is going to be lost in translation, and that's not what I want to complain about. I mean, a lot of people will mindlessly complain that Dario didn't have blue hair, or that Syrio Forel had hair, whatever, or the eye color was wrong, or Sophie Turner looks fucking 23 instead of 13. Jesus, I don't sound as articulate when I'm free styling this. Anyway, my complaint is the titillation in the show. Now, whenever I level this complaint, a retort I get, a response I instantly get is, well, let's face it, people on the internet aren't overly articulate sometimes, or often, is, what are you, gay, or it's just a show, like, who cares? I think a lot of people miss my point when I complain about the overt titillation in the show, because I have absolutely no problem with sex in movies or in TV series at all. In fact, I even hold the controversial opinion that there's no real reason why a show that is appropriately rated can't show actual penetration if it's what everyone involved with the project is after, if it's what the director requires, if the actors are okay with it, and so on. Recently I've actually been a big fan of Lars von Trier's, who has infamously done that quite a lot, and I don't mind that because, I mean, the idea of adults censoring images for other adults is absurd. Sure, there's certain things kids shouldn't see, but the idea that some adult is going to tell me that watching a dick go into a vagina is going to traumatize me, or, I mean, granted, that could be used for further titillation, but that's all subjective. My issue with it in Game of Thrones, though, is that most often it's there, as I said, to titillate. It's not really there to advance the plot forward. I mean, book readers will know that Podrick was never a sex god. His only real trait is he's very shy and not confident, but comes through in the end, damn it. And the show decide to make him a sex god and show a scene in a brothel, where a woman contorts herself, we see more tits. Why? Why? I will get to the answer. I will answer that question, why, or why I think they do this. Oberyn Martell, fantastic casting, great character, And I like that they've extended his role in the show, because he was quite a charismatic presence in the third book, but it really almost amounted to a cameo appearance. So Pedro Pascal is doing a great job. But what in the books was just a rumor that he might be bisexual, and he reminded me of Alexander the Great in that respect. Maybe only that respect, really, that and his fearlessness. It was implied he might be bisexual. Maybe he said it once. I don't know. But we sure as shit did not get Tyrion seeing him in a brothel. You know, sex with him was never described. It just wasn't part of the show. But in this one, every other scene reminds us that this guy is some sort of a nymphomaniac. I mean, why? Why is that there? Again, I will get to this I will answer this question. And the last example, but probably not the last example, that I wanted to go over with this is Loras Tyrell. Fuck me. Oh my god. What? In the books, book readers might not have realized that Loras was gay. They might not have realized that him and Renly were going at it. I mean, I probably wouldn't have had I not seen the show beforehand. And on a closer inspection, Loras's character actually seems quite romantic in the books. There is a chapter of Sansa's and of Jaime's wherein Renly is mentioned, and Loras's demeanor just changes totally. I mean, he is really jaded after Renly died. He is really heartbroken by it. And it's not implied at all that he's gone after anyone else. In the show, he is a slut. I mean, the amount of times he's barely mentioned or barely shown without his homosexuality being alluded to. I guess showing that shaving scene, again, that was probably titillation. I guess I don't have a problem with them making it more obvious in the series, but you know, just making his character all about that when it was just a small part in the books is insulting. It's ridiculous. It changes the original meaning, and it it changes the emphasis on the character totally, which I don't really like. And yeah, no, it's just not a change I'm a fan of. Now, the reason I think they've changed it, and the reason I am angry about these changes, isn't because I'm anti-sex, as I said. It is to make sure that the less keyed-in people, or the people with shorter attention spans, are still paying attention. It's to, you know, as soon as too much exposition is going on, as soon as too much plot or people talking is happening, Dave and Dan will throw some tits on screen and wake those people up, you know, holy shit. In fact, the show's titillation seems to be what draws a lot of people to it. And I guess it's about time I brought up the fact that for titillation, there is a very popular genre of film devoted to titillation for titillation's sake. The internet is dominated by it, and it's called porn. I've watched porn. Most of you people watching this now have watched porn, or probably frequently watch it, or have your own sex, whatever. You know, there is a place to go for your titillation, but overtly throwing it on the screen in a drama based off a very intricate book series is insulting, really. It's insulting to my intelligence. It should be insulting to yours as well. I would much rather, you know, certain characters that have been omitted, certain scenes that have been omitted, be placed in than know that Podrick is a sex god. And there are some fantastic deleted scenes from Game of Thrones that really did serve to advance the plot forward more than another fucking brothel scene. So yeah, that was something I wanted to clarify. I'm aware I might have gotten a little carried away or emotional on the issue, but I'm a huge fan of the television medium. I'm a huge fan of film. I'm currently doing a thesis on film, Woody Allen, for anyone who is curious. And this isn't even a problem with it as an adaptation. I mean, it sort of is because they're missing opportunities. It's more of a problem with it as a TV show. And, you know, this is a great time for TV series. I mean, the amount of awesome shows that are out at the moment or have come out in the last 10 years on HBO, FX, and Netflix. House of Cards, great show, that don't feel the need to condescend to their audience at all. I mean, The Wire, The Sopranos, House of Cards, as I mentioned, Hannibal recently as well. None of these shows feel the need to throw sex at you to, you know, keep you paying attention. They have enough confidence in their own premise to just do their thing. And so it's a huge problem for me when I watch Game of Thrones, and another show, Boardwalk Empire, I think is also guilty of exactly the same thing. That they don't have much faith in their audience. I feel like I'm starting to ramble and I've made my point, so I'll upload this video. And sticking with the theme, I guess, what do you guys think about this? I mean, am I complaining for nothing, or do you think the show could be better? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Yeah, whatever. By the way, you know, I've really enjoyed all the comments. You know, I'm still getting the occasional comment on my videos to this day, and there are some really smart people that are into these book series that have really made me think or rethink my views on it. So I've really enjoyed the discussion. So if any of you have any opinion on this that you would like to share, please go ahead. And I guess that's it. Oh, by the way, meet Alexia. Say hello.
Hey.
Hi. And we're out.